Hi everyone, this is a Focus Spender, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 things that I spend my money on. But first, if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. My channel is all about getting out of debt, staying out of debt, organizing your finances, and increasing your net worth. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can follow me at Focus Spender on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also find me on my website, www.focusspender.com. Now let's get started. So, like I said, I'm talking about 4 things that I do spend my money on. And if you haven't watched it, please check out my video on the 5 things that I do not spend my money on. And I'll leave that in the description box below. So, the first thing that I spend my money on is my hair. And the reason why I spend my money on getting my hair done on a regular basis is that I found that when I was doing my hair myself, I was using that as a huge excuse to not do other things. Like, there were so many times I would wake up and want to do a YouTube video, but my hair wasn't done. It was dirty. I needed to wash it. And by the time I finished washing, conditioning, drying, styling poorly at that, I would not want to do a video. 1, my hair probably wouldn't look like how I wanted it to look. Or 2, I was exhausted. Like, I'm tired, I have nothing left to say, I don't have a topic, and I don't want to do this anymore. When I decided to really be committed about doing videos on a regular basis, I realized I couldn't let my hair be the reason why I wasn't doing it. I had found a hairdresser, and I just made sure I was going on a regular basis so that, every week when it's time to do a video, there's no excuse about, oh, I have to do my hair first to not do the video. So the second thing that I spend my money on is skincare, whether it's my face or like the skin on my body. So I remember when I was in the 9th grade, I used to use obviously whatever was provided to me in my home. So my grandmother used to buy this lotion, and it was like I should say she would just buy the $1 lotion at the dollar store. Like, she wasn't spending any type of money on lotions because she's like, whatever, you just put it on, you'll be fine. In the 9th grade, when I started, I remember like the first 2 days of school, I changed my clothes. And mind you, this is like first or second period of the day. I changed my clothes, I put on my gym shorts, I looked down, and my legs were white. They were white with ash. Obviously, I'm dark skinned. And so the fact that my legs were so ashy just showed up and was just so noticeable. And I was like, absolutely not. So even though I only had a $5 a week allowance at the time, I decided I needed to take some of that money and go straight to the drugstore and buy a better brand of lotion because I was not going to be embarrassed having ashy white skin. So that's always something that I've never played around with. Like, if it's going to go on my body, I need to make sure that it works. And then also with my face, I have very sensitive skin. I will break out over nothing. Like, I'll get rashes, I might get hives, I might get acne. So for me, I have to make sure that what I'm using is formulated correctly to my skin. I don't want to say that I can't find a cheap brand or a generic brand that's going to work, but I know what works, and I don't mess around with those types of things, because every time I do mess around with it, I'm just jacked up. I'm just jacked up. So I will spend top dollar to make sure that my face, my skin, everything is fine and in working order. So the third thing that I spend my money on, I would say, is convenience and comfort. I'm not like some over-the-top person where I'm like, I don't take the subway, I only take cabs, I only drive. I don't do anything like that. But I'm thinking more so like when I fly. I have to make sure that when I fly, my flights are always direct, because 1, it's a hassle, but 2, I've been in situations where, I was on time for my first flight. It seemed like we were going to get into the second airport on time, but the next thing you know, we're circling the airport before we land, and then my second flight is gone. And then I have to find a new flight, I have to do whatever, and I don't like that. So when I fly, I'm making sure that I'm doing something that's the most convenient for me, and always picking direct flights, even if it's, a little bit more expensive than the flight with the layover. What I like to do, or what I do and suggest, is that 1, if you're going to travel, you probably know well ahead of time. Just buy your ticket well ahead of time so you can avoid that price surge, 1. And then 2, if your dates are flexible, just change your dates. Like, if the dates to fly to wherever is just too expensive, I will just change my dates so that I'm flying at a cheaper time, just to make sure that I'm always, finding the cheapest deal that's a direct flight to wherever I'm going. And the 4th thing that I spend my money on and I'm sure you have guessed it. If you have not guessed it, then maybe you haven't been following my channel long enough, are investments. I'm a firm believer that your money should be making you money. So I like to buy stocks, I like to buy mutual funds, ETFs, whatever is going to make my money grow. That is what I'm going to spend my money on. I want to make sure that my money is always growing, and the only way to do that is to make sure I am investing it somehow. So an investment for someone else could be buying property. It's not necessarily just buying stocks and bonds and ETFs and mutual funds. There's different ways that you can invest your money. So whatever works for you is what I would say to do. But like I said, I want to make sure that my money is always growing, and the way to do that is to invest. So I hope you like this video. Be sure to leave me a note in the comments on the things that you do like to spend your money on, and be sure to click thumbs up, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye-bye.